I'm very happy to be here today with my colleague and good friend, Jakub Wronski. Jacob is not only a critical partner in our private equity practice, but he was recently named co-managing partner of our Boston office. Thank you for joining me here today in New York, Jacob.
Thank you for having me, Barry.
I know you have a bit of an interesting background, and you didn't go directly to law school like many of our fellow partners, but rather you got a master's degree at MIT first. So can you start by just telling me a little bit about the journey and why you decided to go into law?
Sure. So in graduate school at MIT, I had the opportunity to work on a couple of research projects that eventually led to outside interest from VC funds or biotech companies that wanted to come in and potentially license or patent these technologies. So I had the exposure to the intersection between technology and IP law, and that really sparked my interest in wanting to learn more about law. So I talked to a lot of lawyers during my time at MIT and eventually sort of decided to apply to law school and give that a serious look.
That's interesting because in college I was an accounting major, took a tax law class, and then
That's how it
decided to,
happens.
and then that's how it happened. Decided to
Yeah.
go to law school. It wasn't part of a
Yeah.
long term.
Yep.
So now you advise some of our largest private equity clients, and you've had a very busy few months on the transaction front. So what are you seeing now with PE clients? Are there any trends, any sectors or assets that are hot right now?
Yeah, we've been very busy in the PE group. I would say in terms of assets or sectors, we're seeing a lot of activity in the industrials and tech sectors. I would expect as prices stabilize, we will continue to see more activity in this space, and I expect that next year will be quite busy.
Well, no one ever has a crystal ball, but we hope that we see that your prediction actually comes true. So let's switch gears a little bit. We were talking about the client side, but now on the administrative side, you took a new role as the co-managing partner of the Boston office earlier this year. How has that been, and what, if anything, has been the biggest surprises?
Well, it's been great. I mean, first and foremost, I've had the privilege to join our good friend Ramona Nee as a co-managing partner. Learning from her has been tremendous. One of the things that I'm really surprised about is just how much thought and energy goes into running a firm and all the strategic thinking behind it, and being in the room and exposed to that has been an incredible experience and a great learning.
I had the same thing 16 years ago
Yeah.
when I learned it. Yeah, people don't see how the sausage is made, so to speak.
Yeah, and then on the people side, I mean, we have a great culture at Weil, a great office, and I think that having a part in that and creating that just is personally rewarding.
Well, amazingly, there have been 4 lateral partners that have joined in Boston this year alone. And we really have expanded our offerings to clients in the region. Working with Ramona, our friend, what are you seeing down the line for the office in terms of the future?
Yeah, so I think we will continue to see some growth, right? We're focused on not just growth for growth's sake, but we want to grow in a way that makes strategic sense for our clients. And I expect that as we go into the next year, we'll continue to bring on new partners. I think that with growing the office, we will need to focus on supporting our attorneys and making sure that we continue to provide the training, mentoring, and other opportunities that we do here at Weil. And so as part of that growth, we're also expanding our administrative and support staff, and we'll continue to grow in that side as well.
Well, that's really terrific. And there have been so many newly promoted partners as well as lateral partners who are rising stars in your office. It must make you, even though you're young, it must make you feel old way too soon. But in mentoring the upcoming generation, what do you focus on, and how would you actually describe your leadership style?
So I would say my maybe 3 points. First, table stakes is that, and this is something that's been ingrained in me as an attorney over the years here at Weil, being homegrown, is coming into every assignment and teams with baseline is just mutual respect and treating people kindly, right? The second point I would make is I want people to be authentic when they come to work. I believe that people do their best work product when they can be themselves and they feel comfortable on their teams, have the confidence to excel. And lastly, having a little bit of humility. I know there's a lot that I need to learn still and continue to learn, and I want people.
There's a lot I still need to learn.
and I want people to feel comfortable that they can ask questions, they can turn to people when they don't know something.
I can tell, and I always could tell, that you bring your true self to the table all the time, and I'm sure that that motivates the younger people. Now, I'd like to round out the conversation today by asking you something a little bit more open-ended, which is, who is a leader outside of the legal industry that you admire, and why?
Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit left field on this one, and
As
talk
long as
about-
it's not someone on the Red Sox.
Okay, but it's going to be related to the Red
Okay.
Sox. So one of my passions. I'm a big soccer fan, and Liverpool's my team. So Fenway Sports Group. I would say, watching that team over decades now, there's a player that James Milner. He's somebody on the team, used to be on the team, now moved, but someone who has a really strong work ethic. He's just a workhorse. He's hardworking, not only in his own craft, but just how he motivates players to be better. And that's, those are qualities that I admire. So hard work and being part of a team and pushing your team members to be better.
I like watching Mo Salah, actually,
Yeah,
but
okay.
that's okay. Now we're going to completely switch gears on you. I'm just going to ask you some rapid-fire
Sure.
questions. How do you like to start each day?
Spending time with my kids.
What's your favorite snack?
Jalapeno potato chips.
What's your go-to health and wellness activity to make up for the potato chips?
So I like to run, and I would say prayer, and I like to do both ideally at the same time.
What's the last movie that you watched on a plane?
I don't really watch movies on planes. I read books.
Well, that's good, because the plane movies, I can tell you from experience, are pretty bad.
Yeah.
What was your favorite subject in high school?
History, ancient civilizations.
What's your peak time of the day?
Evenings.
Name a habit or attribute that drives your friends and loved ones crazy.
So my wife would say when I eat soup that I eat too
slurp?
loud. Yeah.
You're too loud. What's the last TV show that you binge watched?
So you'll get me in trouble with my wife for admitting that I have time to binge watch TV, but I would say it's Severance.
Name an upcoming vacation or trip that you're looking forward to, and you can make it up to your wife now by making sure.
Yeah. Every year we do a trip to Florida with the family, so that's kind of a tradition. It's nice to do.
And what word would an associate that works with you on one of your matters use to describe you?
Authentic.
That is awesome, and I agree with that. Well, thank you for doing this today. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you for having me, Barry.